Hello, Tiki Gray here, and this is the new channel. My last channel was Solomon, but from now on everything's gonna be here at Tiki Gray's Streaming and Gaming. So yeah, not a whole lot of streaming at the moment, but hopefully be more down the line. Anyway, I'm gonna be looking at a couple. I have so many. I haven't uploaded any videos in like a week and a half, 2 weeks or something. I have so many good replays. I'll just look at these ones from yesterday. Let's start with this one against Stoker. But yeah, I have some plans for the future regarding YouTube and Twitch, YouTube and Twitch. I actually want to make a kind of semi or a more high production quality channel at some point. At least I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know if I actually will. But I want to do something like that and actually get like a large viewer base. Like I'm talking about like tens of thousands of views per video. But it takes a lot of effort and time to actually make a high production channel, so we'll see if it happens or not. That won't be this channel. This channel is, again, just my regular gaming and whatnot. But I do want to make another high production. I do want to make a high production channel separate from this one. Okay, so here we are fighting Stoker. You went from like rank 110 to like rank 55 in like a week or 2 weeks. He started doing this pigeon boar strat, which is a really solid build. He actually beat me 3 games in a row. But he's very predictable in doing this. Like, the biggest thing with boar is not scouting it in time. If you don't scout it in time yet, I think then it can be problematic. But if you scout it in time, you're probably going to be fine. Unless there's weird decks at play. Or weird terrain or something. I'm running this deck. I've not really been doing tier 3s lately. I kind of fell out of favor of them since at the end of the day, you can just make a tier 2 death ball and that still wins pretty much every game. Also, I've not been doing a whole lot of defenses lately, even though you make early game more awkward. If there's something weird, like create farm harass. Just looking for an opportunity to do something. I was hoping you took the mill, because then I could start damaging the mill. You're just putting down more lizards, so I'm just waiting for him to take a mill, then I can go use my numbers advantage to do something. This deck does not have any AoE, so it would actually probably be really weak to skill Skunk if he does not get the boar out in time. Or if the boar dies, it's going to be really weak afterwards since he's not going to have AoE if my Skunks are still alive. Basically, this deck is really weak to mass skill when the boar isn't up. And snakes and falcons, you're not going to do good against lizards either, so. But it's a lot easier to defend against lizards than it is to defend against skills. Inside bases, so. Going skunks, since he's going mass skill. And I just like to go skunks anyway instead of per lizard. He's putting down a lot of barbed wire. I'm just switching to mass tier 2 at this point. Since at this point I'm anticipating there being a boar since he spent a really long time not putting down this mill. So I'm just assuming he's going boar, even though I haven't actually scouted it yet. Again, a general response to this is 4 skunks, 4 snakes, and this kite backwards. Second you'll mass tier 1 boar fairly easily. Although you kind of need to kite since you don't have any meat shields for your tier 2. The lizards, which are probably going to die right away. If you have pigeons, it's easier to kite, but without pigeons, you definitely need to be aware of your unit's health and keep them from getting killed. So yeah, there's a bunch of barbed wire. And how long has it been since I... Okay, so I see he's going farms, but at this point I still figure he's going boar due to how delayed everything was on his side. Fact that I don't see any tech. So I decided to make something happen since if there's a boar, it's not out yet. I don't see anything else. So I decided to use my 4 skunks and snakes. I have this really nice outpost since I can use the snakes to hit the mill and the skunks will just shoot the skrills. Like 3 pigeons aren't gonna do anything against all these skunks. 2 skunks get low health, but I don't lose any, unfortunately. Yeah, see, he lost so much army there, and now he loses the mill, which is pretty much GG. If the board push doesn't work, the game's over since he doesn't have any economy, and all his farms, or half his farms, are about to follow, followed by the rest. So. Again, he caught me off guard with this push. Like, even when I knew it was coming, it still caught me off guard how strong it can be. But now that I expect it, like, if you anticipate like a board push, you should be fine. You should adequately prepare. So I'm not entirely sure about how to micro lizards in a situation like this. Honestly, I didn't really do a whole lot of kiting here. His commander ends up dying there, which is pretty funny. One of the pros of snakes is to kill commanders really easily. Also grabbed a campfire right here. So yeah, that's GG since he doesn't have any economy. I wasn't sure if he was rebuilding the board or not, so I played really passive here. Like, he tries to attack again, but like I actually have less army here. That's interesting. But it's tier 2 versus tier 1 Falcons. Like, snakes beat falcons in low numbers. Skrills are, and skunks obviously kill skrills. 3 pigeons isn't gonna do anything here. My tier 2 are low health, so again I retreat. After that, he almost certainly doesn't have a board coming, since he would wait for his board to come out before pushing, but just playing it safe. Yeah, now I go for the push. Now Jacoby, James, and Lego. I played Lego in Jen's tournament, and I played really poorly. I went 1-3, even though there were like 2 games that had a really solid advantage at the beginning right away. Outside of one I won. So yeah, so I played 2 games against Jacoby, 1 against Lego Man, 1 against no, one game against Jacoby, 2 against James, 1 against Lego yesterday. I won all of them. So yeah, really nice win streak yesterday. Top of beating Stoker. Playing James this week in Jen's tournament, so I'd still say that he's favored to win, but not by a whole lot. Like, I can beat him. Like, right on my new account, or my new Camel account, Tiki Gray, since you get a new account every time you change team names, if you don't like choose to combine your old Steam name and your new Steam name, since the Camel thing, which determines your rank, not the scoreboard ranking, but the SimSport Adder skill rank, that just looks at your Steam name. I'm either 4-6 or 5-6 against James right now. So yeah, probably just below. In my last 20 games against him, I'm probably around just below 50% win rate against him. Well, I might be at 50%. But the tournament will be interesting. There's a good chance I can win, even though I'd still say he's favorite at the end of the day. I actually very rarely played Jacoby. I haven't played him in a while. I think the last time I played him with any frequency against him was when I uploaded that live commentary. He kept on killing me with the mole skill. I've learned since those days. Anyway, so he does this. I wasn't actually looking, but he does a mill before I do. And he has a lot less skills than lizards, so I... Poor micro for me here. I'm just trying to figure this part out. Fall back there. And I'm also just trying to damage the mill. Like, it's really nice if you can kill the mill in a situation like this, you get a really good trade by killing the skills, but like, this is kind of awkward terrain, and he has the high ground cliff for the skills. But the thing is, if I keep on damaging the mill, eventually during a push, the mill will be so low health I can just kill it. For trades, it's about equal. Okay, so I get his farm to cancel that. Oh wait, he lost 3 skills, I lost 1 lizard. So that was actually a really good trade for me. And because I got his farm to cancel, so he doesn't have any economic tempo. Plus I got some mill damage. Don't decide to go in that time. And now he has a sniper balloon building, which is a very debatable decision. So I've been keeping him from scouting, so he's actually not expecting the skunks. So it's kind of fortunate that they. Well, no, sniper balloon's still bad here since, like, I still have a mass of lizards. Okay, so I should have engaged from this angle. Like, this is such a bad angle. But see, there's kind of like a choke point here, so like I end up killing a ton of skills. He ends up killing the skunks right away, though he focused fired them. So it was about equal losses. I think I took like 20 more food loss there, unfortunately, but whatever. So I decided to go in again, just right away, since I'm trying to kill the mill here. Now that doesn't work, which is very unfortunate since I lost so much armor, but I'm not that worried. Because, like, he has to go behind the mill to stop the skunks. Like, if he's in front of the mill, he can't use a sniper balloon to defend. So the skunks zone away his skills, then the lizards go in and just kill off the mill. Since the mill's, what, has 15, 20 HP on it? So I'm just waiting for my second skunk to come out. So he's going to second sniper balloon, which isn't agreeable. But he gets out of position here, so I'd like this. And he actually saved this skunk. Okay, never mind, I don't save this skunk. I saved 1 skunk. I think he lost more army there. Yeah, he definitely lost more army there since, like, he has to work around these sniper balloons, and these sniper balloons are in the back, so it's kind of awkward. And I actually have more economy than him here, so I'm not worried. And that was awkward positioning like that. Well, I mean, he still lost more army, so it's whatever. Now I'm going from this angle, since I just want to get this mill killed. And yeah, I killed the mill. And like, he's just losing so much skills to the skunk gas. And like, some of these skills have such low health. Like, he's trying to push, but yeah, the skunk gas just kills all the skills. Like, you can't kite with skunk lizard, or well, you can't kite with lizards really, unless it's like if you're fighting moles or something. But and skunks like to kite, but it's still such a strong combo. Although I think part of that is that people really aren't expecting it, because you can get some super good trades and setups with the skunks. Like, so you're gonna lose the lizards probably, like in a fight, but as long as you save the skunks, you're probably gonna come out ahead in army value. At least if you're fighting, especially well, if you're fighting tier 1 armies, almost certainly if you play it right. If you're fighting tech, well, the only tech that works against this is well, toads, even though those are tier 1. Toads, like, just kill the lizards. You have to try to kite with skunks if toads show up, but like falcons and snakes just die to mass liz. So like. So, tier 1 cam is really nice against the skunk Liz, but you can just go Liz cam if you have chameleons in your deck, and that's also a really strong counter to Skrill cam. So, yeah. Yeah, once he lost the mill, it's pretty much game over. Plus, I just had skunks against tier 1, so. And falcons aren't good against lizards. Look at this game. On the other hand, Liz Cam is very, or can be very, well, it's kind of vulnerable to toads early. As long as you keep the cam split from the lizards, toads aren't actually as big an issue you might think. Because either the toads hit the cams or the lizards, then the other part, either the cams or the lizards that weren't hit by the toads, engages on the flank and this mops up all the skrills. So it's usually, toads aren't actually as a huge problem against this cam. But you kind of need to set up a flank of it. But Liz Cam can be very not awesome against snakes, especially since neither of the lizards and chameleons aren't good at attacking in the bases since they waste so much damage on structures. And their damage is very dispersed, so they're just gonna be hitting structures, some are gonna be hitting units. This is not good. So snakes can actually just snipe the chameleons back into the base, and cams can't chase like lizards either, so it's kind of awkward sometimes, which you'll see in this game. But yeah, no, I've been pretty much running lizard every game. I just kind of got bored with skills. In tournaments, I still run skills, but I've just been switching it up a lot lately. Yeah, some early farm shenanigans. There is a cabinet in the way, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying. I decided to go tech here instead of more farms. This is an interesting 4 farm position. You don't see that every day. So there's a cabinet in the way, so I can't go here, unfortunately, but I decided to go and try to get a flank pig. Maybe I should have waited for more lizards. Like, I probably should have stayed with Devil Lizard Warren, because if I had 5 lizards here, I could have killed 3 pigs. At least 2 pigs. Pretty sure I could have killed 3 though. I only get 1 pig, but it's something. I only lost 1 lizard. Going more cams, it's very cam heavy right now. Which is not super fortunate since he's going snakes. If I had known it was snakes, probably would have stuck on a lot more Liz. Maybe even go my own snakes. Yeah, at this point I'm just looking to do a push since I'm on 4 farms. And he went up to 8 farms, so I'm just looking to do a 4 chameleon mass Liz push. Which is a very potent sometimes, and he's doing this with the skunks. I don't think the skunks are gonna, yeah, the skunks aren't gonna be out on time. So I actually just do it with 3 cams. I don't wait for the other one. Go ahead and get the cabin out of the way. I don't bother healing my units. Decide to go in. Go for the army first. Probably should have went for the snake warren. I don't know. As far as armies, I think I lost a little bit more, but I killed 3 farms. Okay, now he definitely wins this trade, so I try to go back in, and it starts working for a little bit, but I don't get the snake kill, which is the really big thing here. And I'm only on 6 farms myself, so. So yeah, he has a snake positioned here, which can hit these 3 farms, which is really annoying. I only have 1 built, fortunately, but it's still like really makes my situation a lot more difficult. So I go in from take a really bad engagement since this skunk starts shooting gas around the terrain, but like it's still cam lizard versus skill snake. Like they do a decent job of pushing it back. But again, he's just kiting now. But fortunately, very fortunately, I do manage to pick off the snake there, one of the snakes, which is extremely important. But I'm still not entirely liking my situation since these fights aren't really going one way or another. They're pretty even. And if he's rebuilding his farms, like that's bad since I can't build these farms until I force him out of here. Yeah, I'm just going more Liz since the snakes are dealing with the chameleon really well. But yeah, so I kind of get this nice little flank off. And I just like, I destroy his army that time, since he couldn't kite really. Build a cabin, but I ended up losing a chameleon for it. Maybe 2 chameleons actually. So at this point, like the chameleons are nice, but he's just kiting so much, and chameleons don't chase well because they're melee. Lizards are fast, so I'm actually leaning more towards the lizards now, but I still want 2 chameleons since they just hit so hard and so well, and they do a lot of tankiness. I decided to take these 3 farms with the idea that I'm not going to give up this territory anymore. Oh, Poor man, if I had focus fire better, I probably could have killed at least one of the snakes there. As far as armies goes, I definitely lost more. But at least I'm 2 farms ahead now. I decided to self out of Chameleons. Like again, they didn't really do a whole lot to that fight. They weren't really contributing. They were just getting tagged by snakes at the end and dying pretty much. And he dropped his Skunk, so Lizards isn't a bad idea now. Since Skunks, especially if 4 Skunks, but 2 Skunks with good terrain and a lot of meat shields still do really good against Lizards. They just need time to get their gas out. So I decided to try to go for an envelopment here, or a flank I guess, so he can't kite. Now this is actually really bad terrain, which I started to realize. He should have taken this engagement when it was still super close like this. I decided to go out anyway just because I have a lot to lose. Go in. Maybe I should have went after a snake there, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a really bad fight for him. He lost a lot of army. Though he has 2 farms up on a 3rd mill. So I had to grab my 3rd mill. And honestly, I kind of forgot about his 3rd mill being here, which is why I didn't scout it for so long. Like, it just escaped my mind for some reason. Yeah, really small army. Like, I could have gone in right now and just killed him. Not sure why he's still keeping the snakes. I'm just going mass Liz. He should. Yeah, okay. Now he drops snakes, and now he's going mass kill, which is nice. And skunks are still like 4 skunks plus a like tier 1 is really good against Lizard. Forward Warren, which is bad. I guess he's trying to push me here. Yeah, I decided to sell those because I was like, wait, he has a 3rd mill. Let me go scout that for once. And I thought he was going to base right here. Instead, he tries to defend the mill. Which, I mean, he does have a road, but he's just a little bit too late in reacting. So I end up killing his mill. I actually take, what? I lose 2, maybe 3 lizards there? So yeah, now he's putting in starvation. And now he has 1 last draw. It's like lizards against skrills. And I have more lizards. Oh. GG. Game against James. Dude, there is a secret to defeating James. Or there's 2 things you should know to, Actually, I'll just go ahead and say them. Here's how you beat James. 1, he doesn't run skunks. Which he said it's not his playstyle, but like he'd be a lot better if he ran skunks, honestly. Because it like skunks shut down Master 1, but against him you can do lots of Master 1 strats, and this skunks are useful in a lot of ways that chameleons aren't. The other thing is he has a affinity for sniper balloons, so if you just kill his first sniper balloon when it's building, or even right after it's built, and you just snipe it with your tier 1 or your army, like he kind of loses the game almost if you kill a sniper balloon before it does anything, because that's 120 food. Or if he puts down a sniper balloon and you just put down 2 farms. So yeah, just work around. Like if you exploit his affinity for sniper balloons, they're really nice against them. Plus exploiting the fact that he doesn't run skunks. Yeah, he did 5 farm Warren, which I don't know why. Like, he built his first one over here, but if he only has 5 farms, and I have 6 farms, and I know he doesn't run moles, like, I'm gonna know it's a Warren. He's looking for an opportunity here, and I went to second Lizard Warren since I had a feeling he might be doing a second Warren of his own. Plus, on the map this short of lizards, if you go 2 Lizard Warrens, you can definitely kill a pig or a Warren or something. Like, his first Warren, if he never built a second Warren, I was just gonna move out with my lizards and kill this Warren. Right here. Didn't win the game. He doesn't have any production. Yeah, pretty safe gameplay here. I'm also looking for an opportunity in case he gets a little bit greedy. So I realized he only had 4 lizards. Now he has 5, but I still have 7. So he loses 2 lizards there since he rallied away at first. He probably maybe should have engaged. I'm not sure actually. Until he had 1 more lizard. But he just lost 2 lizards for free in the Warren, and I lost 1 unit, I think. Yeah, I mean, I have 9. Okay, so now it's pretty equal. I decided to back off. It's like, okay, I have enough of an advantage. Like, I killed his Warren, so I have a 60-foot advantage. So, okay, let me just go Skunks now. Or some sort of tech. Let me just get tier 2. Since I can defend whatever push he has with my lizards right now. Instead of killing his Warren, I have enough food to safely go tier 2. He's going cams now. I'm trying to keep him from scouting the what tier 2 I have. Or I'm just kind of trying to keep his commander from going home to react to my tier 2 since he's floating so much food that he's not spending. So I'm just trying to delay him long enough to get the 2 skunks out and do a push before he can react, like by putting down a sniper balloon or something. Put down 3 farms and go for the push, since I do not believe aggression without eco behind it isn't really good, in my opinion. Like you always want eco behind your aggression, unless you know 100% that's gonna work. Yeah, again, skunks are really nice around mills because auto tier 1 go around the mill to wander into the skunk gas. It's fighting around mills almost like a choke point. I think he lost 2 chameleons there, I'm not sure. This is another skrill. I lost more, but I have 3 farms. He has 0 farms and his mill is about to be dead, so I can probably just kill him my next push. This is a very dangerous mill to put farms on because of how low health it is. So yeah, this is looking really bad for him. Putting down a cam warren. Maybe not the best call. Maybe more eco or more lizards would have been better. Like, whatever. I was kind of expecting in the game here anyway. So he has 4 cams, which is good against skrills, I think. Well, I don't know how good it is. But you don't give the skunks time to... Well, I don't know, honestly. Usually you can just kite. If the chameleons do that. But you can't kite the lizards. So the cams start doing damage right away, but I feel like the cams just get bursted down by the lizards right away before the rest of the army shows up. I'm not sure if forward cams like that is good against Skunk Liz. Yeah, what is that? Is that 60 food or 20 food? Okay, so I had 1 more unit, but... He also went double cam warren. And now these 2 cams are showing up, but like it's too late to do anything. Honestly, I wanted to fight so hard that like I probably would have been an equal army trade. Or just under an equal, but I probably still could have killed the mill actually, even if he had 2 more chameleons there. And I had a couple more lizards, so. Here's another game against James. Going boar toad this time. James really only does 2 decks. Oh, sometimes he runs toad. Either runs toad or lizard. Okay, he always runs skrill, falcon, chameleon, sniper balloon. Then as a second slot, he runs either a toad or lizard. Then as his tier 3, he either runs boar or fox, and that's what he's... It's something along those lines. It's one of those variations. Pretty much every game for him. Interesting map. I like this more from his perspective since this is so awkward for me to get a second mill. I have to go all the way around all this annoying terrain. It's just really awkward to work around. Doing 7 farm warren, which is kind of pointless. So now he does like a Chameleon start, which is interesting. Unfortunately, I didn't rally my first lizard. I kind of, well, I don't know if I could have killed the building farm or not, honestly. Now he's going mill. I decided to go for a double tier 2. Since when you see tech from the opponent, a lot of times a pretty good option is just to go more tech. So if you see 1 tier 2 from him early, just go 2 tier 2s. If you see a 1 base tier 3, go 1 base double tier 3. Or, I mean, you don't have to do that, but that's generally a pretty solid idea. You just have to make sure they don't sell the tech and go into mass tier 1 and punish you. Or if they go like moles or something and just kill you. It looks like he was wanting to push there, but he decided against it. So this game, I don't know if I've run Liz Cam against James before. I think it's always been Liz Skunk. So he's probably expecting Skunks this time, but I have Chameleons. I'm gonna have 4 of them, so. Taking forward warrants, just as bad. Now here comes the push, which, as you can see, is very ill-timed. He does not have a lot of army. I end up stalling since I'm trying to decide whether to push or not, or how I want to push into this. And now I go in. He ends up selling a sniper balloon. And like, it's 4 cams versus 2 cams, so I just kind of steamroll it. And again, lizards, 2 toads aren't going to do anything here, so he just surrenders. He had everything in the front and he loses everything. So yeah, pretty quick game. Anyway, that's the end of this video.